Hello. There we go. With tonight's visitors.
Solicite alien just arrived at court with 1 viewers.
Hello, Salaki and All-Seeing Guy, I'm assuming. How are you two doing? Welcome in. How was your stream? Did you therapute all them vampires? Are they all healthy now? And I know you go raid and run, so don't worry about that. You go do that. You cured them all. Dang, that's amazing. Let me get you a shout out, like a real Twitch shout out, not that exclamation mark shout out thing. Good evening, Kettenborough. Welcome in. How you doing? How are things? How's life? Welcome in. It was a streamer vampire, really? How sensible of them to include that. That is a very smart thing to do. We like that. Well done, well done. Not good. Today I'm getting tilted in every single game I play. Damn. You know what? I was like that once upon a time. And the way I dealt with it was I stopped playing those games that got me tilted. Thank you so much for the lurk, Salaki. You take your little rest. Replenish them energies. And I get it. I'm very bad at competitive games. So I get tilted. It's super easy. Super easy. We might even get tilted tonight. And we're not even playing anything competitive. And also we had 37 degrees. Holy yeah, oh my god. Yeah, those are all components that make up for a really bad situation. So I get that. I get why you might be tilted. It's not even a competitive game. It's Rising Storm 2. I'm not quite sure what Rising Storm 2 is, so I can't really comment on whether or not that is something where you could tilt. Is that like a... that sounds like an RTS in Vietnam. I don't know. Vietnam shooter. Well, I was close. It had something to do with Vietnam. That much I remember. Yeah. No, I get it. Sometimes gaming is just tough. I get it. I really do. All you can do, take a break, step back. Yeah, no. Let the rage run through you. Maybe a little bit of a Bob Ross landscape can help calm you a bit. It's fun, but when you get shot 48 times in a row by the dude that you couldn't even see, it gets boring. Yeah. For sure. Alright. So, I've only ever done Bob Ross paintings with acrylics and on actual canvas. I'm not saying I did them well, but I did that. So this is going to be a very interesting experience where we're going to go do one digitally today. I picked the canvas, which does have a little bit of a canvas texture in Rebel, so we'll see how that works out for us, huh? So first of all, Bira, have you ever even watched the Bob Ross video, or do you only know him from what people say about him, like the memes and whatnot? Or anyone in chat, really, if anyone is here who, I know my sister loves him. Well, understandable. I tell you a little bit of a secret here. First of all, I forgot to send the go live messages. Let me do that first, and then I will say a little bit why this man is important to me personally. But first, let me send out all them go live messages, which I again forgot to send off. At least I remember before we're done with stream. Sometimes I remember after I'm done with stream, and that annoys me a little bit. So, what's important about this man for me and his work is a few years ago, my grandmother died, and my grandmother was a very important person to me, and the house that she lived in for nearly 50 years was a very important place to me as well. And my grandmother was a person who was very old school in her thinking. So to her, a lot of things were like, I cannot do this, women cannot do this. And it was very limiting, I felt. And when I was trying to work through my grief, I felt like, okay, I have to do something new. I have to grow. I have to grow a little bit out of this. I have to do something that I always thought I couldn't do, because I always felt my grandma was limiting herself with that. And to honor her memory, I felt like, okay, let's try something new. And I've always thought I can't draw, I can't paint, I can't do these things. Like, my brain doesn't do it. So I sat down, and I had heard of Bob Ross before, and I looked at Bob Ross videos. And the thing about Bob Ross and his videos is it's so calming. It's so relaxed. He appears to be such a genuinely good person. And the whole 70s vibe, you know, I don't know, that is so much nostalgia all of a sudden, which makes no sense because I wasn't alive in the 70s, but it's crazy. So I watched a bunch of his, and then eventually I took the plunge and I tried a little bit. And this is the only reason, this man is the only reason I even am doing any art today. So that's kind of, to me, that's pretty damn crazy, I would say. So there you go. A little bit of an impro lore, unasked for, but now you know how I even got to the point here. Gonna be honest, I know of Bob Ross because of ERB. I don't know what ERB is. Electric something. Well, if you don't know Bob Ross epic rap battles, ooh, all right, those are really cool though. I don't know if I know the one where Bob Ross is in. I haven't seen those in many years as well, so I might have to check in what their newest work is. So we're gonna go jump right in, and you're gonna see the magic of what is Bob Ross. This is Bob Ross vs Picasso if you want to check it. You know what? If you're so kind, do post a link over on the Discord. I'll check it out later after stream, because otherwise I might forget. And I do kind of want to see that. I am curious to see what they did with that. Epic rap battles of history was for a very long time a permanent playlist on my phone. While I was still having to take public transport for uni a lot, that was usually what I was listening to. All right, let's jump into this. Let's see how it goes. Let's see what we got.
Colors across the screen that you need to paint along with us. While they're doing that, let me show you what I got up here.
So of course we don't need the colors.
Pre-stretched double prime canvas, but today I've covered the entire thing with black gesso, as you can.
Okay, we're starting out. He covered the entire canvas with black gesso. Gesso is some sort of fairly liquidy color. It's a primer, a base, more or less, as far as I understand it. I'm not quite sure, but that's what I think it is. And it helps just wetten the canvas so you have more mixing ability, capability, stuff like that. So what we're just gonna go do, we're gonna go and throw a near black on the canvas here. We're gonna go make it easy for ourselves. We'll just throw down a near black here. That's our first layer. There we go. Got that done. Got that fixed up. It's going to be interesting trying to get the brushes that he uses and then actually have them work like they work on canvas, because that's not so easy. That's not exactly how that always goes. So let's listen to him. Maybe I'm gonna go turn the music down a little bit more as well. I barely can. Ooh, there's not a lot more I can do. Oh, there we go.
As you can plainly see. Then I've taken a little bit of liquid clear, very, very small amount. I've covered the entire canvas with
We don't need to do
Then
that.
we've taken a paper towel and wiped all of it off that we can get.
We
There's
don't
still
need to.
enough left on here
Do that.
to do what we want to do. You can feel it with your fingers, but it's not so much that you can't paint on it, because it's very easy to get too much. So let's just do a happy little painting day. I'm gonna start off maybe with a little titanium white and a little bit of phthalo blue. We'll just mix them with a brush.
Okay, so he's
Just
making
mix them with a brush.
a pretty
Let's go right up in here.
light
And we
blue
can go
there.
right up in here, using little crisscross strokes. And let's just put in a little sky. I thought maybe today we'd do one of the little paintings that you see at the opening that the little painter man just sort of pops in there with his magic brush. There.
All right, so we're starting with the sky. Now he's using a very large flat brush. It's not a filbert, so we're gonna go with the heavy large oil acrylics here, and we're gonna go with something flat, big flat oily 1 or flat oily 2. I think we're gonna go with flat oily 1 and see how that works for us. And we're gonna go pick us a light-ish blue. Though we have to be a little bit careful not to make it too light, because his blue is fairly dark still. So let's see what we can do. So what Bob Ross does is he does these movements like this, and this is obviously way too small in his size for us. So, and I think this is also still way too bright. I think we need to dial this blue down. So let's do that. And you can already see a problem here. Well, at least I can see a problem here. And that is either the oiliness is too high on this. Because if you look at the video, there's a clear like outflow here. So let's turn down the oiliness. And let's see how that changes. Yeah, okay, that's better. So we want less oiliness to get the more of a effect. Oh dear, I hate when that happens. Just start moving the window around. But that's a better brush effect, I think. That works more in the direction that he wants to go. Also, welcome in, Dude for Bruce. So nice of you to join us, Kevin. How are things? How are you tonight? I believe this is even your redemption, isn't it? Let me check again. Yeah, that's yours. You wanted us to do that.
That's a cute little animation. Only takes a couple of minutes to watch it, but it takes a lot of fantastic people a long time to make it. There. That's a brainchild of one of our engineers here at the station named Jerry Morton. It's really gorgeous. There we go.
I want
That's
to...
all we need for that.
Let's go with
Watch
flat
the old
dry.
brush.
Nah.
Now, this won't be an exact duplicate of what you see at that little opening, but it'll be close enough to show you how it was made.
Okay, we can't
There we go.
we can't clean
All
our
right.
brush. That doesn't work.
Let's start and put in some happy little clouds. Today I'm going to use
Let's feather this out
just
on the
corner
side a
of the
little bit
brush,
more.
a little bit of titanium white. I'll be right back. And a little bit, very small amount of yellow ochre.
Okay.
Just a small amount. Tap a little color right into the top corner of the brush here, just a little.
Very small amount of yellow ochre,
Now
so we go to
Just have
this.
to start thinking about some very basic little cloud shapes.
Okay.
Just basic little shapes.
And he wants
And
very
all I'm gonna do today
basic
is tap.
cloud shapes here.
In this series, I've tried to show some very, very simple ways of making gorgeous clouds and some other effects. And this is one of them.
Let's see if I
Just
can't
tapping. There.
do this a little bit better here.
A little yellow ochre, a little bit of titanium white. That's really all we need.
So we're pulling the clouds along here on the side,
You need-
tapping them
You
down.
need to put in a very basic shape. Just don't tap at random and think a little cloud will appear. You sort of have to have a basic idea of where you want the little cloud to live.
So just following along there, but
And maybe in between those, I'm gonna have several layers of clouds. I'm gonna put a little lavender color. We'll make that with a little alizarin crimson and phthalo
Okay.
blue.
alizarin crimson,
mix it also
phthalo
in the
blue,
brush.
so lavender as he says.
And we just sort of tap it in right here.
We'll make it a little bit
Blend them all together.
darker there.
All right.
Now we're gonna go follow along on this side here.
Okay, I have several of each brush, so I don't have to spend all my time just washing brushes, though that is fun. Now just the top corner, barely touching the canvas.
Okay,
We'll begin to blend, making little X's.
so the blending here for the clouds is gonna be very interesting. I have a blend mode basically, so I can do that. So we'll switch to blend mode only. And what he's doing is he's doing, like, as he says, little X's. So let me make this video a little bit smaller here, like so. And we'll see if I can follow along with that, because right now he's blending
Barely
out
touching.
to get the
Barely.
cloud thing. He says like barely touching. Obviously there's not much we can do there. And we can immediately see a problem. The blue is coming down through this so hard because we didn't put in that down enough color first. So instead of doing that, let me throw some more color down here. I am humbled.
Another month.
Thank you so much for the resub, Rookie, on the tier 3, 14 months. That's so crazy. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate that so much. I have no idea. Probably one of the main reasons I keep going
Rookie
every
second
single
just
every
redeemed.
single time.
Dice. Roll the dice.
And a
Blood
double
dye.
die roll. Okay, all right, sure. Let me bring down some color first. I'm gonna be a little bit less tappy
Rookie
about
second
it
just redeemed.
than he.
Dice. Roll the dice.
I'm gonna
Blood
be a little
dye.
bit more, you know, a little bit more smeary about it. I heard a blood dye. What was the first one? Green, I think. Let's get some of the lavender as well. So we need more strong colors so we can blend them out. Yeah, okay. Blood and green. Let's go. Let's see what we got for you. Next workout, by the way, is tomorrow. So, I haven't forgotten. Oh, somehow kicked something. So green was first. Oh, a 20. We hadn't had that in a while. So let me check what our pool is looking like. What's our pool looking like? That's a half a one. That's a half a one.
Just
Well, come on in,
redeemed.
Mina.
Dice. Roll the dice. Orange die.
And that's a half one from Rookie and an orange dice from Mina in a moment. Welcome in, Mina. How you doing? I have to turn over the card. I keep forgetting. Whoop. Swoop. And this is the blood. Rookie is a man of contrasts, differences. Rolls a 1 and a 20. Rookie is our alpha and omega, basically. Let's be real here. He's the beginning and the end in this channel. Long day today. Got up before 7 a.m. and then I got home around an hour ago. That is a long day. That is a long day. Shot of citrus for me, which I will... Oh, damn. Do I even have any? I will have to raid my cupboard in a second. I don't even know if I have any anymore. Oh, God. I think I do, but I'm not quite sure. Okay, let's see Mina's die. Let's see what we got for you tonight. 5. Shot of vodka does the trick too. I definitely do not have vodka. I know that with absolute certainty. Okay, Mina, you can ask an Impro Law question. I started at 6 a.m. and stopped an hour ago too. You people, you're such workhorses. I don't do a break. So I start at 7ish, and then I work until like 3:30, 4, somewhere there, and then I just done. Which is technically illegal, but if I don't complain about myself not taking breaks, like who's gonna complain, right? I just have to rebuild and I have a AWS instance. Oh, dang that. Okay, yeah, I understand why that takes long. I hate patch days. I hate days where we are updating systems and whatnot. I know it's gonna be a 10, 12-hour day. It's inevitable. These kind of things. I feel you so hard. Let me go check if I can get some shot of citrus going, alright? Mina, you come up with a question. I'll be back in a moment. And then everything undocumented and new technology no other team ever used. Did he die? Oh, thank Bruce. Thank Bruce indeed. No, I just went to get a shot of citrus, which is a shot of lime because I don't have any citrus anymore, but I feel like that's a fair enough substitution. So, cheers, chat. Thank you so much. Oh. Man. Lime is citrus. It's close enough. It's close enough. Scurvy prevention time. Yep. Did he die? It's exactly how that goes. All right. Minna, did you come up with a question? Lore question. I mean, yes, it's the most logical explanation. There's no other reason I wouldn't be here. I'm either at work or here. If I am neither, I am dead. I am Schrödinger's emperor. Basically. Okay, so let's try this again. Now that I loaded this up a little bit with color. So little X's is what he does. Just ever so slightly. Oh, you know what? That's not looking too shabby. For clouds, anyway. Emperor lore question. If imps are your favorite little critters, what are your second favorite? Gremlin, Quasits, or something else? Oh, that's a very good question. That is a very, very good question. I've never thought about this. That's cool. That's good, Minna. That's good. Damn. Emperor brain needs to do work. I wasn't expecting that tonight. I would say most likely something goopy. Yo, Hardjelly Social, welcome on in. Hello, Emperor. Gonna lurk and chill with your lovely painting stream. Hope your day is good. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Welcome on by. How you doing? Thanks for the lurk. I appreciate that. Hope you have a good time as I lose my mind trying to do this properly here. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it ends up. So nice to have you. Yeah, so favorite little critter, second favorite. I would say, I would have to say anything like gooey gloopy, like jelly cubes. What are they called? The D&D creatures. I think they're called jelly cubes, which is very funny because Hardjelly Social is coming on in with the jelly in the name, but literally I'm very partial to jelly type or squishy creatures like snails and slugs and frogs and I don't know. I'm just very partial to that. That's gonna look great. That's what you think. That's what you think. But I appreciate the confidence there. We're gonna go try our best, absolutely. And chat, the question goes to you. What's your favorite little critter? Mine are obviously imps, and followed by that are any goopy gooey creatures, really, which there are a bunch of. But for example, if any of you have played Deadlock, there's a character you can play, which I forget the name of, but he's just basically a skeleton with goo around it and a fish living inside the head, navigating it all. It's very cool. Those are the kinds of things I really enjoy. All right, let's watch him do more X's and brush out them clouds there a little bit.
Just caress the canvas a little tiny bit. There. Okay, now we can just gently blend it all together. Something like so. Fluff it a little, wiggle it.
Fluff it a little bit, wiggle a little bit.
Okay, that easy. We have a happy little cloud. Now then, I want several layers of clouds. So we'll go back to our little brush that has a little bit of yellow ochre and a little bit of the white on it.
All right.
There we go. Just tap it again. Same way.
So he wants more of the yellow ochre, a little white there.
Let's just tap in another layer.
And we're gonna go tap in another layer, but we know, of course, we need to actually get this color down here.
You are the master of this canvas, and you can do anything here. Anything that you want to do. Of course, I'm a firm believer that you can do anything in life.
See, this is why Bob Ross is the absolute king.
This canvas.
He's just, I believe in you. Doesn't matter. You're great.
There.
You got this.
Okay. Something like that. Once again, we're just looking for some very basic little shapes and
Love it.
wherever. But see, the dark comes
Gelatinous
automatically
cubes, yeah.
makes your shadows. You don't even have to worry about it. Automatically it'll happen. This is truly the lazy man's way of painting. There. And I look for very easy ways to make things work and be effective. Okay.
He's very fast though. Like, it's difficult in my mind to follow along very often.
Back to my clean dry brush. And I just want to gently, gently, gently.
So for example, I didn't even notice that he's going all the way across the canvas here. So Gelatinous cube of D&D fame or anything but little. Of course, D&D classically has a dungeon corridors which is 3 meters wide and 3 meters high, and a cube touches the walls. Yeah, I know, but they're small things. They're small gelatinous things as well. They don't have to be that big. But that's the creature as an example, more or less.
And tiny little strokes, though. I can't
Oh no,
emphasize
what
that
did I do?
enough. Tiny little strokes. You make big ones, you're gonna lose a lot of the illusion. Tiny little strokes.
Alright.
And at home, when you have a lot of time, you can really take your time and make these little bitty strokes, and you'll be amazed, absolutely amazed at the effects that you can achieve. And you clearly can. You really can. There.
Like, listen to
Yeah,
that
fluff this one up a little.
absolute chat of a cheerleader.
Just blend it. Bring it all together. There. Just make all kinds of effects. Okay. Something about like so. But already you've made several layers of cloud and done very little. Basically, all you've done is just tap a little bit. Okay.
So I don't think my
That
clouds
painting
look
had a
anything
nice
like
mouth in
his.
it. It was mostly
There.
done in very warm brown tones.
Let's pause
sometimes
that
I
real
like
quick.
to-
But it's crazy. Like it looks so different. Like, look at this, okay? Look at this and then look at the mess we are making here. So I don't know if I can truly digitally replicate this the way he's doing it. No idea. But we're gonna keep trying. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. I don't quite think that it's looking too great yet. I can see some issues right away, so we need to pull the dark shapes a little bit more to get those in there, and then overlap the brights onto that a little bit. Fluff that out so it makes a little bit more sense, right? It's gonna be darker at the bottom. Clouds are pretty dark at the bottom, so you shouldn't have, I'm saying you shouldn't have, you can have anything you like. I'm not telling you how to do clouds, how to do your clouds. If you want to, we're following the Bob Ross spirit, so everything is fine. But to get this depth idea there, you know, I'm gonna go do that. I'm pretty impressed with Rebel actually being able to do the pulling pretty well. Like the pulling of clouds, that's actually not, that's pretty hard to do, even on canvas. And I'm not good at it either, including on canvas. So it's kind of nice that this works pretty well here. So what I think, what my issue is that I've blended out basically everything. Like all the details are blended out, you know? So what we're gonna go do to try and fix this is we're gonna go with a flat dry instead, pull that up all the way, have very little oiliness, and then just we're gonna go tap in a few more of these spots there. At the edges, ideally. Because things that are further away can be a little less detailed. So that's not a problem. But things that are sensibly closer or feel a little bit closer, those should have a little bit more detail. So I'm trying to not destroy all the little things here that we're tapping down now. Instead, and that's a big issue I have when I'm painting generally, that I lose the detail of things. RuneScape has a small jellies like what you're describing. I think the biggest difference is when you digital click on a black area, it takes the black and smudges it over, making a darker streak, whereas with paint, there's always paint that's pushed around. No, I would disagree with that. I think the biggest difference, let me read that again. Takes that black and smudges it over, making a darker streak. No, that's pretty much how it works in painting as well. I could turn that off, I think. I think I can turn off picking up from the base canvases, but I want this. So the effects here are pretty close. I've looked a very long time. I've looked at so many painting softwares until I arrived here, because this is the one that the most closely imitates how the painting process has been for me on canvas. So I kind of get what you're saying, but yeah, let's try and go with paint and blend. And we're just gonna go and pull these around a little bit. Okay, I think I have to go to blend purely. There we go. That's a little bit better. We don't want to lose all that detail there. I think that's still not looking exactly like what he's doing. But I've always had this problem, even trying to follow along something as simple as Bob Ross paintings. Actually making it look like what he's doing. I don't feel I have a very big talent for that. This is looking a little bit more like clouds rather than just like big smudges. Still not super great, but better. Better for sure, I think. Like here I'm pulling in the wrong direction basically. So that's why I'm pulling out black. More so like the dark areas rather than the lights. Up here, this is kind of nonsense what I'm doing. That's okay. Like I wonder, like there's something I see in his clouds that I definitely don't see in mine. And that's, for me, it's one of those issues with trying to follow along Bob Ross that I've always had. Is that there are certain elements that I see in his work that I cannot seem to replicate in my own. And that always feels a little bit bad because he's very, very fast, as I said earlier. It goes very quick what he does. And it doesn't always make a lot of sense if you don't know what you're doing, and clearly I don't. You know? So I don't know what I'm doing wrong to not get those effects, and then that always feels a little bit bad. That's okay. Kind of trying our best here. Oh god, I'm going all wild over here with this. Let's try and fix this and make it worse in the process. Oh dear. Happy little accidents, right? Oh god. I think I need to stop. I need to turn on the size a little bit. Like it doesn't look like what he's doing. Doesn't look horrible, but it for sure does not look like what he's doing. Yeah. I don't know. Let's put on a little bit more cloud cover down here. Just to get more depth going. Ideally. Like right there. In front of the other cloud. Like those edges here. This fairly hard edge. This is what I'm missing, which his work has. Mine is all kind of feathered, kind of bristly. I'm gonna go ahead here. This like the bottom of the cloud is a little bit darker. That's fine. Mix that all around. And there we go. Pulling that out a little bit. It's very tempting to just feather the hell out of everything, which obviously isn't the right thing to do. You lose a lot of detail if you just smudge everything together into blobs, and that's what I tend to do. Maybe that's where my love for blobby gelatinous things comes in. It's trying to turn everything slightly blobby gelatinous. You know, like this little cloud bit here looks a lot better than all the others. So let's try and replicate our success a little bit by putting down paint here and also smooshing it about a bit. Just pulling these in front more so than anything. Let's get going with this kind of stuff. And then in a moment we're just gonna go try and feather it all out a little bit toward the front there. So putting more down like this. And a little bit more over here. Pull this all around. And now we go and blend this more so than anything. And just very carefully. Instead of going with broad, big, quick movements, we're just gonna go more precisely in here. Make this also smaller. I think one of the problems here is the rotation of the brush. Question is, can I do anything about that? Do I have a rotation of the brush? I don't really think so. Just keep going. So that's the thing. He goes very quick and his stuff immediately looks great. And then it's trying to get there and it's just, you're spending so much more time on trying to get these things done. Like, that always annoys me a little bit about his work. I'm not quite happy with the flat here. I think I'm gonna go with maybe thick, that's more square. Yeah, okay. That works a little bit better for me. Oh no, the texture is really weird though. Let's go with Filbert Dry. I like a Filbert brush. Can do nearly everything with a Filbert brush, I think. Question is, can you do digital clouds with a Filbert brush? Maybe. So I think the main problem was truly losing all those edges. Having a little bit more of a harsh cloud edge. I think that was where I went wrong. Now we can just kind of smoosh it all around a little bit here. Try and remove some of those streaks. It's probably all wrong, but who cares? Trying to be kind to ourselves as well. So that looks like there's a big hole in the clouds, and I kind of like that. That looks really good, honestly. Appreciate that. That's a good hole in the cloud coverage. I like that. They're roiling a little bit into each other. It's nice. Okay, I'm thinking the cloud situation is done. It doesn't look quite like what he did, but honestly, it looks pretty cloud-like. Let's try and make these a little bit harsher cloud edges as well. So that all immediately looks a lot better, I feel. Yeah, I'll leave it like that. That's a pretty decent cloud coverage. I'm good with that.
Now then, I think that painting had a nice mountain in it. It was mostly done in very warm brown tones.
Oh damn. Our canvas is the wrong size to continue this. Quick! Let's fix it. So that should be an easy enough fix, I think. Oh, guten Abend, der Magister. Willkommen in. Willkommen. How are you? Wie geht es dir heute? Hope you're good. How are things? How's everything? So nice of you to join again. Always glad to see you. Okay, let's pull down our canvas a little bit because I miscalculated. He's doing a horizontal one. I didn't think about that. So that's how much do we need? About this shall be fine. Just gotta expand our backdrop here. Honestly, those clouds aren't too shabby. I'm not mad about those clouds. That's actually pretty decent. I hate doing clouds. I'm not good at doing clouds. So looking at clouds that I'm not mad about, that's a big plus. That's a big up for me. That's a great change. Let's try and get some more. Some of this, some more blue in here. Some more sky. Do you see what I see?
Rookie second gifted a Tier 1 court position to Dare 1 Magister.
Dare 1 Magister. Yeah, Rookie, thank you so much for the gift subs. Appreciate that. And congratulations to Magister. You no longer have to suffer ads on this channel. For as long as Rookie's generosity works and holds and does things. Oops, there's a big zoom all of a sudden. All right, let's fix the cloud edge here down there where I just did a few things. So we'll just brush this nicely over there onto the blue. Like that there. That's pretty good. Thanks for the gift sub. Rookie also understands German, so that's perfectly fine. You too feel welcome, by the way, to speak German. No problem, none at all.
Now, sometimes I like to make a brown. And to do that, then I'll just go ahead and mix up a pile of it. I'll use it throughout the painting. We'll start with a alizarin crimson.
We're going to the red.
Sap green.
Red, green.
Something about like so. But already you've made several layers of cloud and done very little. Basically, all you've done is just tap a little bit. Okay.
I'm sorry, Bob, but we did way more than that.
The painting had a nice mountain in it. It was mostly done in very warm brown tones.
Very warm
Now,
browns.
sometimes I like to make a brown. And to do that, then I'll just go ahead and mix up a pile of it. I'll use it throughout the painting. We'll start with a alizarin crimson and sap green in about equal parts. About equal parts. You can shift this brown to the greenish side.
Is
or to
good,
the
but
reddish side.
tired.
Depends on
Was
the
awake at
mood or
3
what you're
a.m.
trying
He's
to
waking up that I can
accomplish.
sleep this night till
So
6
it's up to you.
Good lord.
Totally
Everyone's
completely.
tired today because everyone's been up in the earliest hours of the day. Why were you awake at 3 a.m.? Are you okay? Or do you do that on purpose? Wachst du so früh auf, damit du das Gefühl hast, du kannst noch mal ein bisschen schlafen? Do you wake up early so you get that feeling of, oh, I can sleep a little bit more? Sometimes I do that. I enjoy that. Like when I wake up at 2 a.m. and there's 5 hours left for me to sleep, I'm like, yes! Love that.
Up to you. Today I think I'm going to sort of have it to the reddish side a little bit.
The sound
little bit
of
to the
paint
reddish side.
being mixed is so cool.
Okay, and mix it quite well.
He wants it on the reddish
There we
side.
go. Okay, let me clean off the old knife.
So
Just wipe the knife on a little paper towel.
he wants to go with a knife now, with a palette knife. And I know that there are palette knives here. I don't know if a palette knife works digitally. So we're gonna have a little bit of a test there. So I don't know, knife textured, knife oily. I don't know. We'll see. So these are the mountains I first learned to do, and my mind was blown. Like, these are really easy. The way he does mountains is super simple on canvas. They work exceptionally well.
We'll cut off our little roll of paint, and let's come right up in here. We want a big mountain that lives right here. So if we come in here and just start, maybe there's a peak there. Just let your
And after work, I was directly fallen asleep and destroyed. And good sleeping routine. Alright, okay. So you work late or... Okay, let me see if I can do this at all. If this works even halfway like it's supposed to. I have no idea. Damn. Okay, let's go with knife oily. Okay, that's the wrong direction of knife. Let's try this. I mean, it kind of works, but obviously it's too dry, as it says, knife dry. Let's try a few more of these. Let's go knife smooth. No, that's not right either. Let's go with this other knife smooth. That kind of gets close. Knife smooth, whatever this is. Knife smooth 3 might be our winner here. Let's go with knife soft. Let's see what that does. No, that's not right. Let's go with knife smooth 3 here. And let's try and bring in one of those mountain shapes that he does. And I really don't know how to control tilt of this pen. Like, how do I control in which direction this pointer goes? I'm turning the knife. I'm turning the pen in my hand right now. Like, I'm turning it on its own axis. But I don't think that's actually how that works. No idea how to do that. Okay, anyway. So, he pushes it up, basically. And does these small little ridge lines. So that worked more or less well. Let's try it again. Not so sure that worked. And he does this little ridge right there. But this is breaking up in places that I don't want it to break up. It's not quite right. Let's make it bigger as well. And maybe try knife smooth 2 and make this real big. Let's see. See those breaks here? Like this up there? That's not quite right. But honestly, let me show you the detail here. First of all, look at the detail of this. This looks like paint. This is such a cool tool. Look at this. I'm so amazed by this tool. I can't actually navigate properly there. Let me try this. You can see like the ridges happening here. I've not found anything that simulates actual paint as well as Rebelle does. Out of the box, I mean. Crazy stuff. It's so good. It's obviously not what I want. First of all, this needs to be a little bit darker. Let's start there. And let's try this again. So... Can't really... Ah, there we go. Let's bring those ridge lines. Let's see. It looks gorgeous. What's that program you're using? Thank you so much. This is Rebelle 7. It's they have a Pro and a Plus or something. I have the less expensive version of it. You can probably do this with anything, but honestly, this is the most painterly I get. And I really like that. And it does everything else really, really well too, so.
Imagination take you there. Whatever you would like. You just put, there's all kinds of little lures in there. Wherever you want. Maybe over in here. Okay, now we just literally lay in some color here. That little thing back in the background. There we go. And we'll just, as Steve, my son, says, we'll just moosh in a little color down there. There we go. And I'm just taking off all the excess. The only reason I did this is because we have nothing but clear under here. and I need a little color underneath. Normally, we have a transparent color when we use black canvases, but today all we have is the clear.
Okay.
So now we have a little color under there, so when we put things in and blend them, it'll have a color to pick up. There we go. Large brush, we just blend that out a little. There we go.
Alright, so he's putting a few spots of color down, basically. So we're gonna go do the same with knife smooth. We're gonna go put down a little bit of a brighter of this. Not white necessarily, just a little bit of brighter. And we're gonna go like that. Put some here, put some there. Now, this is not how I like to draw mountains anymore. This is not the technique I like to use. I use a different one, which is derived from this. I actually have a technique for mountains, if you can believe it. And it works pretty well for me. But we're going to try and follow along as best as we can. So we're going to go make a few of those highlight inclusions here, sort of. Pull a few down here, just a little bit of color here and there. Like so. And now we're going to go do the same thing that he's doing. We're going to go back to a thick, whatever, thick black, thick flat. Throw that on blending. Make it a little bit smaller. And he just pulls them down now. So he just grabs the color and just pulls it down pretty harshly too. So we're going to go try do the same there. I'm actually picking up cloud color, so I have to undo this. That was a little bit too much. Did some over there as well. Have to be somewhat careful. Probably shouldn't do all that on the same layer, but then again, that's how it would be on the canvas too. So I'm not quite sure why he does it like this here. But that's okay. We're just gonna go along with it for now. Pull this down. I mean, I could do it with the clipping mask and stuff, but it's fine. It's fine. We're gonna go along with what he's doing.
And you can make any kind of mountain that you want. Today I think I'll make one, just a big old raggedy mountain. Has a lot of character. And maybe, tell you what, let's have the light coming from the left side today. I'm right-handed, so I have a tendency to normally have the light coming from the right side. And my left-handed friends sometimes write and say, why don't you do one with coming from the left? So let's do that. I shake off, beat the old brush. All right. Now then, first I'm gonna take and clean off a spot to work in. Take some white, some of that brown color that we made with the alizarin crimson.
I think I think
green.
I made a mistake. This is too light now. But we'll watch what he does.
About like, yeah. But I want to leave this not mixed very well. Maybe I'll put at least a little touch of yellow ochre in there too. Ooh, I like that. That's better. Okay, now cut off our little roll of paint. And we can go up in here and very lightly, touch, let it run right down the mountain.
And that's the magic technique here, right there. If you do that with paint, it looks so good. It's crazy. It looks so good and it's so easy. Doing this digitally is probably going to be garbage. So let's try the same thing that he's doing. Again, we're going to go back to the knife thing. We're going to go with not a dry. We're going to go with the knife textured, I think. Gonna go put that to paint and mix, basically. We're gonna go a even lighter version of this. Maybe even into the ochre, but that's too close to the clouds. So we're gonna go more to the red there. And we're just gonna go try. And we're just gonna go see what happens. Make this a little bit bigger. We're just gonna go see. Okay, this is actually... You know what? Doesn't quite do what I wanted to do. And it's not what he's doing either. But it might just work out regardless. Let me see here. Are you working? Not in the way he's doing it. Let me try it. I want to try and replicate it as best as I can what he's doing. I don't know if I can undo enough here. I have to see. Can I do this again? Come on, let me undo more. There we go. Okay, let's try this again. We're gonna go decrease the oiliness of this and the loading as well. Size goes up. And now we're gonna go try this again, shall we? Yeah, that's a little bit better here. I'm not super happy with that. I'm not super happy with that. But I think it's more the color than anything that I'm not so happy with. So let's go a little bit darker and a little bit browner. Like so. Let's try this again. Ah, that's better. We can just fix the other side as well. Not a problem. So getting an actual ridge line is sometimes it's pretty difficult, I think. Not that easy. So we're just gonna have some inclusions here, where this looks like it's further back than this, basically. That's what we're trying to achieve here with that. Got this all running down there. And then we let him do his work as well.
Those angles.
See.
Follow those angles. See them? There they come. End up in here. There. We let this one melt and just run right off your knife. There. Wherever. Doesn't matter. You make your mountain any way that you want it. Any old way that you want it. Something like that.
It obviously,
Shoot,
like,
might be.
Look at this. This looks like nothing like what we're doing, right? Because I don't think we can actually replicate this sensibly. But let's try again. I'm not done yet. I'm not done trying. I'm not done experimenting yet. We possibly can get this going. I have to wait a little bit for the undo because the engine in this is a lot of work, apparently. And the way I'm doing undo is kind of weird. Okay, let's try knife stain. Let's see what this does. Okay, that's nearly where we want to be. Maybe grainy is better. Also not quite. Not quite. Also not right. Nah, I think knife grainy might be our best option here. Let's make it bigger. Like, on a real canvas, this is far easier. And looks way better than what we're doing here. So I think I will abandon the knife. I think I'm gonna go do mountains like I do mountains. They're not gonna look as good as his. But they're gonna work for my brain. Which is important because this right now doesn't really work for my brain. So first of all, let's try and fix this here. Let's make it all dark again. Start with that. So we're gonna go with the, I don't know, round soft, that's fine. We'll pick up this color. That's the right color. And we're just gonna go ahead and fix this all up a little bit. We'll get this going. Worry not. We got this. We totes got this. So the first thing we're gonna go do, because this is digital and we can, is we're gonna go carve us a true mountain range here. Which might be a little bit easier doing it digitally than not. So we're gonna go add us a layer mask. Then we're gonna go get us a black color right there, which is basically everything we paint black in the layer mask will not be visible. And now we could honestly try and use the knives, because why not? Doesn't really matter. We can use the smooth knife. And you have to actually have the layer mask selected, which I thought I had. I do indeed. So why are you painting black? What's happening there? That confuses me a little bit now. What's happening? Layer mask? Why are you not doing your job? Okay, first of all, I'm a bit of a fool. Because I can't do the layer masking thing here, really. Because the mountain is, you know, on top of the clouds, so I can't really do that. So I have to actually, okay. I have to actually do it properly. Alright. Fine. Fine. We can do that. We need a few actual real... That's actually not the best brush for that. I think we're gonna go with liner. So we need some actually real harsh edges here for mountain situation. Like this can't be frazzled out so much. So we're gonna go build us a fake little mountain range with fairly harsh edges. I'm gonna go build that out. This already looks a little bit more like mountain, doesn't it? Really, I find sharp edges and stuff, I find that very difficult to do. I tend to go for roundness. which isn't always the right thing to do, but it's where I kind of end up a lot of the time. All right. Let's really get this mountain range situation going. Alrighty, let's see if we can't try and get a somewhat similar looking look there. I have an idea of what to do, but we'll have to try. So instead of going over to the knives and everything, actually I might use the oil still though, but we're gonna go with the flat filbert here for some more texture. And now we're gonna go get us a nice brighter color here of this. See? Okay. That's simply too big what we got there. And we still need a sharp edge. So we're probably gonna go put in the base, and then afterward we're gonna go try and get us sharp edges for this going. Can I get a sharp edge on this? Sort of. Okay, now we're gonna go pull this around here. Pull this down. And here it's gonna be very difficult to get right. I don't even know what I did there. I don't even know what that's supposed to be doing. That's the turning of the brush issue, really. Then we're gonna go pull down a little bit and pull it into a bit of a curve at the end there. So the mountain is falling away there. I have no idea how it does this. We're gonna get something that looks like a mountain. Similar enough. Not in quite the cool way he does it. Still. It's gonna be fine. He has some nice ridges going here. Some nice sharp edges right there. Pulling up in front there. You can see he does these little nicks to the side. And pulls them down. And I have no idea how to properly do these things. It's really is a mystery. I think my brain just doesn't quite do so well with these kind of shapes. Geometric stuff, you know. Plus he does a lot of shading right away. Like he doesn't spend time on telling you, okay, so this is how we're shading it right now. He just does this because it all makes a lot of sense to him specifically. So he doesn't really go into, okay, we're doing this because shading now. And then for people like me who need this kind of information more, it's just a little bit too confusing where he's coming from, what he's going for, why he's doing these things that he is doing. So, sorry late, was a nap. Welcome to Infusion. How are you doing tonight? How are things? Hope you're doing well. We're trying to follow along with Bob, but Bob has already left us in the dust because we can't really replicate the knife work he's doing. I still have a few ideas for that, but for now, let me apply one of those ideas. Let me try. So he has these spots there, right? So we're gonna go pick that and throw just the thick on here. Just gonna go throw some of those blotches in there. I don't know if it actually helps. I don't think this does anything for the painting. Nothing at all. I'm on the wrong mode. Though, maybe we use this. Just so we can break it up a little bit more. It's the wrong brush. I was looking for something less textured there. We're just gonna go with the flat, I think. Yeah, well, I don't know. Doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too great. It's alright. We'll just follow where there's some natural looking like little things we can cut out or in. Those didn't look good though. Let's try and undo these. Definitely need to keybind the undo somewhere. The way I'm doing this is not very sensible. I like this edge here. I would like to clean it up a little bit more. So we're gonna go here on the liner and just make these a bit harder edges, which I can't because the weird brush that we use doesn't allow it. Can we undo this? How far back can we go on the undo? Fusion, how are you doing? How are things? Are you also dead tired? I mean, you're taking a nap, so I feel like you might be among the many imps today. They're just really, really tired. Okay, now we're starting to see some undoing. Problem is if you do too many little things and then suddenly you don't see the big things happening anymore. Oh, I think we're getting to the point where I wanted to go. Get that weird little spot off. Because those textured brushes, like that's one drawback I feel there is. There we go, that's a little bit better. Just pull in, clean some of these edges up, make them a little bit harsher. Not all of them mine, but you know, just like cut into them. So not so perfect there. Always some cuts and ridges in stones and mountains. If you throw in some curves and stuff along certain edges, that also tends to go pretty well. I don't know if that one goes well. That doesn't look so good. Let's get rid of that. Oh my god. I do too many brush strokes. Okay, I gotta do some erasing here to get rid of those brush texture effects. I'll fill it back in a moment. Don't worry about it. I'm not worried. You should not be worried. Everything is fine. Everything will be fine. Worry not. Worry not. We got this. I'll just pull this down all neat and nice. So get that all covered up. All back to good. Still sick. Gabby and I, between us, have been sick over for a month. I am so sorry. I hope you get well. So I'm really not happy with my... This is not how I do mountains. This is not how I do mountains. So I think I will abandon trying to emulate what he's doing at this point. And I will just do my weird way of doing mountains, maybe. Or will I? Because it does obviously look good what he's doing, right? Like that's not a question, but it's very tough to get this kind of effect without the, I'm calling it trickery that he's doing there. So he immediately gets multiple shades in doing that. So that's not really something we can do. So on the edges, I have to paint in. It's really nothing foreign. Let's see. It's not actually what I wanted to do, but honestly, is that on half bad? No, that's pretty terrible what I'm doing there. Ah, hot damn. I'm not good at doing Bob Ross art in digital, I think. I think we can all agree on that. Okay. Smaller brushes. Let's see. Like this here doesn't make any sense. This side there does make no sense whatsoever. Like what is this even? Let's get rid of it. Here we can pull this over. Like that. Kinda. This sort of works out. And then we pull it over into here. Connect that up a little bit. Pull that down further. Pull this up here. And then this here needs to go away as well. Just cut that away. So. All right, it's starting to look like something. Let's break this line up a little bit. It's too liney. Not stony enough. Too liney. That's the pits. Looking good. Thank you. I'm not quite happy with what's happening here, but if you've seen my art streams, when am I ever, right? When am I ever quite happy with what I'm doing? Sometimes I am happier anyway. Let's break this in. Let's get all this going away. We'll figure it out. Financially, fortunately, it's not hospital stay sick, but it's absolute ass. It's also hard because you're not using traditional paint. Yeah, that's that is true, Bruce. That's true. That's very true. It doesn't help in that instance. But I felt it would be a little bit better than it's actually going. We'll figure it out. Worry not. And also Fusion Warrior, I forget that that is a worry for Americans. And I'm so sorry that that has to be a worry for you. It's so crazy, obviously, for us highly privileged Europeans. Where we're just like, oh, I'm sick? Yeah, sure. I want to get all the medical attention and care that I need. And I don't have to worry about bankruptcy, basically. Okay, let's lay down some more of the highlighting
redeemed.
color there.
Artist palette, art attack. Pokemon Trainer Chris from the Game Boy Color game Pokemon Crystal.
Also, the tools can't scrape will play the same way. Yeah, especially on the palette knife, you feel it. Like this has palette knife functionality, but I don't really get it quite right the way he's doing it. So we'll have to fake it. We'll have to fake it till we make it. Thank you so much for the Redemption Fusion Warrior. I will have to look all these words up. What is a Pokemon? Classic boomer. Okay, listen. I have something here in my drawer. I keep around for just these moments when the little whippersnappers coming around, barking and yapping at me for, you know, not knowing what a Pokemon is. Let me show you this. Okay? Look at this. And now for the grand reveal. Do you see this? This has been in here for 20 years. That is the only Pokemon game I ever fully actually played through. I have tried a few since, but I can't really get into it anymore. So, but I got the creds. I got the street cred. Oh, fuck, that's the wrong thing. I got that street cred. I tell ya. I got it going on. The palette knife is your implement. I need it if you want to do this right. I'm not gonna go use an actual palette knife on my display here. I feel like that would lead to more problems than help. Pokemon Crystal is the first game where the game itself asks you if you're a boy or a girl. I didn't hesitate. Nice. Hell, it was the first time I was ever asked at all. That's also another thing that cis people like me absolutely cannot relate to, and I will never pretend that I can, is the fact that I've never had to ask myself this. You know, to me this was always very clear. There wasn't even a question in my mind or an option or anything. And the option wouldn't have changed much for me. But that's a huge amount of privilege there. And I think if more people were aware of that, we might be in a bit of a better spot for a lot of things. Because that is a beautiful little ridge up there. Nah, it's crazy. Amazing reference. That was a reference? Okay. Just shoot me. Apparently I know nothing. I always felt like, damn, I know so many movies. I'm in the know. I know things. Apparently I don't. And I think know what Emperor should play after the Rogue Trader game. Disco Elysium retry. You think I'm gonna make it out of the first room this time around? I don't know. I think you have way more faith in me than you should have on that account. We're cutting out our own mountain range here. Because we want it. And we'll have it. Our very own mountain range. No one can take it from us. It's ours. This is what we do. Claim what is ours. Right there. Mr. the Imp, you have mail. I have mail. Damn, let me... I've seen a couple of people stream Disco and every time it seems fun, but not a great streaming game, too slow. Might be. Yeah, might be. Impra has amazing artistic range. Thank you for saying that. And I kind of feel that you actually believe saying that. So that makes it even better. Okay, let's try and giving these a little bit more character, shall we? So we're just gonna go give them some little ridge lines here. Not break it up too much. I believe it, and it also is a pun. Win-win. Far be it from me to tell you you're wrong there. I don't get the pun, but I don't have to. So these lines basically help a little bit with the perspective to get you an idea where things are going. And after all, chunky mountains aren't just sitting there being chunky and uniform and stuff. Right. You're making artistic range as we speak. Ah, yeah, right. Yes, you're absolutely correct. How did I not see that? So let's have a quick look at his mountains again and realize that our mountains are kind of trash compared to his. So let's try and pull in even more of those little blackened areas, just where it's like a little bit broken up there. Let's try and get these in just for giggles. See if those make any sense. Just randomly here and there. Honestly, no. Doesn't do it for me. But we can do a little bit of a painterly thing, which I like to do, to help get them mountains that perspective. Come on. Ah, you know what? You don't have to even finish. So we're gonna go put blob, 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 blob. And now we're gonna go take the mixing thing, make that a little bit bigger. Now we just pull this down, mix that in, you know? Get that a little bit. Just a little bit flowing like that. In the right directions. And everything is super sharp here. Just to help a little bit with texturing it out. Which I'm realizing I'm doing as I'm taking away texture. Should probably use something else to do that with. Like the flat brush. Let me fix that up. There we go. It's a little bit better. Nope. That I don't want. Just looking to mix. Just looking to blend. All right, let's see what else does he do to the mountains. Welcome in, Sekirus. Wow, that looks rock hard. Is this where Rocco came from? Maybe. Maybe.
Things out in here.
Let's watch him do his thing.
No pressure, and that way this paint will break. I know you hear that over and over and over. But it's really what makes these mountains work so well is the fact they have all these holes in them. All right, need a shadow color for that. I'm gonna take white, little phthalo blue. I'm gonna add a little crimson to that. Make sort of a lavendery color.
Lavendery color.
There.
He says.
I like that. See, I don't want to overmix it. I want to leave these variations in there because when you pick it up on the knife, they're still there. And let's go up in here. Those little variations will make all kinds of little pretties up there in your shadows. See, let them go. See the variations? They're there. They're right there. They don't go away and leave you. They remain there.
That's also something about the mixing
shadows
of
right
the color right on the canvas.
Well, this is one
You can't really
full, strong
get
mountain
that
here.
properly
He
going
lives here. He has a view in a
digitally, I think.
there. A few little doors in there.
Gotta get multiple colors on and
Like
then try and
so.
mix them out.
All right. Tell you what, maybe. Yep. See, we can make a whole new angle right there just by doing that.
Okay,
Looks like
let's
there's another protrusion right here.
try emulate that a little bit.
But when you're making mountains, just play with them. Make all kinds of little things. Let your imagination go. And just sort of let the knife and canvas work for you.
That's what we're doing here as well. It doesn't quite look like it, but we're also letting the canvas do its thing for us.
Let me take a clean, very dry, 2-inch brush, and I want to mist the base.
All right. So let's try and lay some of that shadow on here. Okay, that's way too dark. And I think we needed also a bit more blue. That might be way too bright now. We need more gray. And we go darker. See, let's try this. I'm on the wrong brush for this. First we have to put down a little bit of color. Ah, yeah. That's what we
Scarus the
want.
Proud Viking redeemed. Heart, can I get some love?
Securus, you can have all the love in the world, and I think you deserve most of it. Yeah. I don't know what you're struggling with today. Oh, you're giving me love this time. Is the other way? Is this am I getting love? Damn. But that's fine, because if you're struggling with anything at all, I know you will get through this. You still get some love. You got things. You got your plans. You got your goals. You can achieve them. I believe in you. You bang up guy. But I'm happy to take some love, of course, as well. Can never really have enough of that. That's actually looking pretty good. I'm liking this. It's crazy how much additional colors and stuff can actually really... Oops. Went a little bit too far. Can really help shape what we're looking at further. Like, we can pull this ridge in here. Just like that. Suddenly, new ridge. That's what he was talking about. Suddenly we got all this depth here going on that we didn't have before. Love that. I mean, look at this. It's, again, it doesn't look like what he's doing, but it looks great, nevertheless. Paint those happy little mountains. Welcome in, Serafina. How you doing? How was your stream? Did you manage to win Anime World War II? I think I've tried playing Valkyrie Chronicles once. It might even have been, I think, a suggestion from Captain Birra, if I'm not entirely wrong. It wasn't for me. Turned out it wasn't for me. Was anyone surprised? Really? Man, I love drawing mountains. Mountains are so easy to do. Mountains are fun. They actually work. I don't know what's happening back here, but it's happening. There's a long flat one back here. Get these ridges a little bit. But not much. Does look great. I gotta stop fiddling with it though. Otherwise I'm gonna be sad again. So let's clean up those edges a little bit more. Get that color, that brown here. T add R. Okay. The game gave me some misery with a big battle. It was so frustrating. I'm so sorry. Oh, by the way, I wanted to ask earlier, but I forgot. This happens too much for me. Do you have a Ko-Fi? Or something a little bit less aggressive when it comes to taking a cut out of donation amounts, as Twitch does? I get happy to pitch in a little bit. Help ease your worries if I can. Don't worry, it's not going to be too much, but whatever I give, I would like to actually, you know, arrive with you. So let's cut this up. I'm going to go use this actually. Okay, I think we're done overthinking this. This looks pretty decent. I'm happy with our little mountain range.
Just a little bit, just by tapping.
Okay, he wants to feather out the bottom here. Just by tapping, he says. Oh dear, oh me. Okay. Let's try this just by tapping. I don't think that's gonna work so well for us, but we're gonna go feather out that bottom of that mountain range, Bob. We hear you. We'll feel you. It's what's gonna happen. Mountain bottom feather. Oh dear. Actually, I have a full-on thing for that. Soft noisy. Let's see. Does that do what we want? Kinda. We'll just feather this all out. Alright. Got that done,
Follow
Bob.
the angles. Most-
Kofa, I don't
most
have that.
important you follow
I
those
have one with
angles.
Stream
Most
elements, but it's not
important.
connected with PayPal.
There
Just
we
because
go.
I've
Lift upward.
heard some not so good things about PayPal streaming and
See how that
chargeback.
creates that illusion of mist down at the base.
Fair enough.
Knock off any paint that I've picked up, and we'll do the same.
Fair
over down
enough.
The shadow area. There we go. All right. Once again, lift upward. There we go. Over in here. Tap a little, lift up in this direction. This part back here I'm going to leave basically like it is, so it looks like it's far back in the distance, long way off.
Okay.
Long way off. We don't even know where it's at. Don't know that.
Okay, so he wants to blur the back of this side here a little bit. That's basically what he's doing. I no, let's try this a little bit more. Let's make it bigger. Let's go soft noisy, real big. Try and pull this all out. I think that's not actually textured. Nope. I think we need to use the brush. Just set this to that. Just pull that all out. I don't know to where. I mean the PayPal chargeback, by the way, that's Twitch subs too. You know? So anyone who subs to you on Twitch could do a chargeback and then you lose that sub income again. So that's not necessarily a problem, honestly. I'm not doubting my own community, but really has to be a one mean troll to do that and ruin me. It's true. I don't know. Can anyone look up like how long, like, what amount of time? What's happening? Like how long can you do a chargeback? I don't have to pay with the Twitch subs. No. If someone does a Twitch sub and then undoes the Twitch sub, that gets taken out of your account. Twitch will get that from you. They don't joke around with that stuff. If they pay it out already, they take it back. I feel like I'm right there, but please do look it up. Don't just trust me. So, do I have like a blur tool? There's something that is specific. I mean, yeah. I mean, I do. Liquify is not exactly what I want. Smudge. Smudge is what we want. And we'll go with spiky over here. And we'll make it big. And we'll just kind of... No, actually, I don't want to do smudge. That is not correct. I want blur. Blur is not smudge. Blur is not smudge. Maybe it is this thing here. It's blend, but it's not. Do I not have a blur? It's not the blow. It's not whatever this is. Sponge. Water brush. It's not that. Do I have a blur? I don't really think I have a blur. It's probably mostly blend. But blend isn't a blur either. That's a problem. Can't really get that effect going. Ah well. Whoops. It's a little bit too strong. Those mountains looking very good. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I think I actually agree. Now we're just gonna go blur this a little bit here at the bottom there. So I can't really get the blur effect that he wants, I think. I don't think I can get that going. I don't think I can get that going. So we'll just have to live without that blur effect there. Question is though, like his mountain range is going all across the canvas. I think we need to embiggen our mountain range. So digital artistry for the win. I hope, anyway. Obviously, I didn't do it on layers, so I can't claim a big digital artistry win. But let's see. Let's try and figure this out. Can I do a magic wand? I can, but that doesn't really help me. Okay. Let's try this. Ooh. Let's get a mountain range. All nice and bundled up. Okay. And now we want to make this much bigger. So it goes kind of all across the screen there. Because he was a bit sneaky. He did that as well. I just didn't notice. It goes all across the screen there. Okay. Fusion convinced me to follow through on an idea I had. I'm sorry in advance. Now, why would you be sorry about that? That worries me a little bit. Okay, now I can do a layer mask. Haha. Now I can do a layer mask. Now we can do this. Clean that up here. And boop. And boop boop. Let's fix us some mountains. Well, it looks pretty good. Mountain range saved. Now, Mr. Ross has a different mountain in the back still. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go pick us this dark color. And we're gonna go make it even darker. And then we're just gonna go with the flat. Throw up. We're not gonna go throw up. We're just gonna go put up another mountain range back there. Yeah, like off in the distance. Right there. Well, that actually turned out pretty well. Yeah, that's good. Now we're gonna go move this over a little bit. Like so. All right, let's Mr. Bob Ross continue and see where we go with this.
We even care.
Now, mind, this is a 28-minute Bob Ross video for you to follow along, and we are on 2 hours now.
All right.
Some fantastic stuff.
Nice little mountain. Tell you what. Let me grab one of the little half-size oval brushes, and I'm going to make. Let me clean off another spot I can work here. I'm going to take some Prussian blue and alizarin crimson.
Prussian blue and alizarin
A
crimson.
lavender color. I use the Prussian blue because it's darker.
Lavender
Gives it
color.
A little different than the phthalo blue. Stronger, darker. A little different flavor. Ooh, that's nice.
Ooh, that's nice.
Now then, let's take our little half-size round brush, and back here in the distance in our world, there lives some happy little trees, all back in here. See there?
Okay, this is gonna be
All I'm doing right now is putting
bitch
on
to
some
do.
dark color. So later on, when we put some highlights in here, it'll show. Maybe there's a nice little tree. Yep,
because he's putting up
right there.
trees basically,
Just dark, so our light will show. That's really all we're doing.
and that's not gonna go super well for us. So he's putting down dark tree
We
spots,
don't know where that goes.
and
gonna
I'm
put a
really
tree
really
back
bad at those. So this is gonna be the part where I lose my mind, I think.
Okay, I have a couple of these little brushes.
So far,
So once
no
again,
mind being
don't have
lost
to spend
just
all the
yet,
time
but
brushing.
here is where we start losing my
Soft
mind.
little caddy.
Okay, let's do this. Let's not delay. Let's try our luck. Let's try and figure this out. So he has a very big oval round brush, which I'm also doing. I could go. Let's go with the hairy brush and see if that works for us. Okay. I think it needs to be darker. So we're just following along, as is tradition. I feel like I'm destroying the tablet doing these things. So here we got a few trees coming in. I don't know. Okay, let's make a real big tree over here. Like, the problem is if I just start painting it in, we lose those little details. So I can't just turn it, you know? Let's go even bigger. Let's make my work easier. We have a big tree right over there. I hope he allows for that. Bob sometimes has some ideas where he wants things. He says it's fine, you can put it anywhere. But then I don't know, Bob. Sometimes it feels like you're not allowing that. Okay. Let's make a little bit of a smaller tree here as well. And of course, one over here as well, because I don't know how to cover all this nonsense up, so I'll just go with that. So these are the dark bits of the tree. And now he comes in with the light bits of the tree.
Yellow, mix them together. Right on the brush. Let's go up in here. Maybe this little bush right here. Oh, look at that. Look how color stands out against that dark background. Just stands out. I mean, it's almost unreal. It excites you when you see this happen. The white canvases are gorgeous, but these black canvases, oh my gosh, do they stand out.
Alright, so something he's not talking about, but he's doing, is he's laying down like multiple layers here. So he goes, makes it light there, uses up some color on the brush, then it goes darker there, and then he puts another lighter in front of it to give that level of depth. Let's see if I can do this myself, because I'm gonna tell you no. Such dramatic mountains, yes, I agree. Okay, let's try and put a bush right here, sort of. So I don't think we can really actually replicate this as he's doing it, because it's not getting darker there. That's the problem, right? So I can't do the same thing he does and just put a fresh layer in front of it and give that sort of depth that he gets. So what I need to do really is let's see. Can I create myself a new color set? Okay, it just makes a new color set and then it's okay. So we add this color to our color set, and now we get a darker version of it, add that, and we get an even lighter version of it and add that. So now we go with the dark, add that here, like so. Actually, even a darker version, even darker. Get that in there, right? And now we pick the brightest we have and put that in front. And I squished it a little bit. And you can see how it, even this doesn't look nearly as good with, as what he's doing. It's kind of crazy. It is kind of crazy how hard this is to get these effects just following along with how the painterly style is. So, but I have an idea of what I'm doing wrong. So let me try and redo this. I think I have the brush on the wrong mode. I think I have the brush on the wrong mode. Let's try and get rid of these little spots there. And I'm also doing too much. That's also a problem I have. So not only too big, too much, wrong mode. So instead of covering all that up, we need that contrast, right? We need this little area here where it's dark. That is what we need to get that idea of, okay, this is in front and this is in the back. And there's a layer to it. That's what we need, basically. And let's get like a more yellowish version of this. Add that. And put that, now let's make it even brighter, like so. Add that. And we put those on top of the edge even. Like make this even brighter. And do the same here. Like so. Alright? That's the way we can try and emulate what he's doing there.
It's almost unbelievable how fantastic they look. there. Put all kinds of little doers in there.
Like at this point, I'm very worried about this not going right. Okay, let's first put down the dark. There. Let's get some more bushes up. Put some more bushes in front of this as well, like so. Boop, 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 boop. Get these in there. And now get some highlights on there. And we don't have to do a full range of highlights either, you know? Like this can just be partially highlighted there and there. Some of this is and some of it isn't. And that's fine. That's what you need. You need some contrasts in this. So I'm gonna darken that out a little bit. Get just tiny smidgen here. Right on top of these. That looks a little bit more like grass, I feel like. But it doesn't really matter. Oh dear. He said it is someone trying to bank a sub, you have to pay back to Twitch, but I didn't find anything about that. Only thing I found is that if they pay the sub already, they will take the sub's payment for your next pay out or take it from the money that you get between the month. So you don't have to pay technically from your own pocket. At least that's, yeah, okay. Now that sounds about right. Yeah, that sounds about right. But in the end, they get their money back. And you're kind of screwed on it. So if someone, say, gives you 1,000 one month, then charges back, and you have already used 1,000, then you will have to wait for another 1,000 to accumulate through Twitch before you get even a cent. So if your income depends on this, that's bad, you know. Let's watch him do more little happy little.
Where that goes, there's another bush in front of it.
Things.
But we work in layers. This layer back here, I'm going to leave dark. This one, nice and bright and shiny, and we'll work forward. I want a little grassy area.
I don't know if our trees here will ever be revisited, so we'll have to possibly redo them ourselves.
Go right into my yellow, sap green, little yellow ochre, little Indian yellow now and then.
Okay, he wants more.
And occasionally I'll touch a little bright red, just
grass now.
To it. Good. Let's go up here. I want a little grassy area right in here. So I'm just going to take and tap. Begin thinking about the lay of the land. Look at there, though, against that dark. So we don't even have to put anything down there. There's enough liquid clear.
Okay.
Even though you wiped it hard with a paper towel, there's still enough left.
Okay.
That the paint
so he's just tapping.
And it's slick enough that it slides when you want it to slide.
The flat here to make.
There we go.
Grass.
There's
Okay.
a little metal back here. I'm even going to add the least little touch of titanium white to it.
I think this is not going to work with our flat brush.
Yeah, indication of a little bright area right here. Maybe the light's just zinging.
Because the problem is, and Slaki or anyone who also uses these tools, I know that none of you actually use Rebel. I know none of you use Rebel, but do you have an idea on how I can affect the rotation of a brush on these tools? Like, is it how I hold the pen, or what does it depend on? Like, this doesn't look right. This doesn't look like a grassy area. I don't think I can use that technique that he's doing there. I can't replicate this digitally. I think we have to come up with our own idea. But I have an idea already. Some brushes can't take into account how you hold the pen. There might be settings. Yeah, there's a tilt thing here that does something. Like, I think I just turned it on because that seems to follow the pen now a little bit more. Or at least it's not so random anymore. Like, yeah, this seems to do a thing. But I don't think this is the right brush for us to do this. I think we have to go to my trusty old Filbert. Actually, no, I don't have to go there. I have to go here and get the trusty old Filbert dry here. And I think we have to do grass like this. Just give it this little swooshy. But it's going in the wrong direction. We're gonna go swoosh it in the other direction. So again, what he's doing is very simple, right? So you have these. He's doing it very simple, no problem. I can show you. Immediately fucks it up. So I think I need this. You know what? We're gonna go lay down the dark grass first. So this is dark grass. Make this a little bit bigger. So he has these little hillocks that he's trying to do, right? So we can't quite emulate that exactly like he's doing it, but we don't need to. We have our own ways and tricks of the trade around here, right? So now we're gonna go with a smaller brush. We're gonna go get us a light, and we'll just go over some edges here. There, like that. Get this nice blended out. Doesn't look so liney. And then we're gonna go pull up a little bit like this. Let's get some little rolling grassy hills going here, right? Just like that. Get some nice contrasts in where things go up and down. Ooh. And then we can pull it up further out to give that depth into the direction. Have this little feathering here, right? So it's not just a line basically, but you get more of a hill idea going. And then obviously on the other side we can go pick us a darker green and pull this down a little bit here. And we realize that this is also just a hill. It's just a grassy one. Little rolling grassy hill there. Get that all going. Get that all fresh and nice. Could even get some up in here. Break that little hill situation apart. Alright, it's no problem. We can do that. We're allowed. No one can deny us these little joys of painting. So here we can just go pull in, put down, whatever we like. Get some more various colors in. Give it some more depth. Some more excitement. Things are happening here. Stuff's going on. Alright, that doesn't look too bad, does it? Hi, how's it going? Welcome on Animus Demo. How you doing? Welcome back. So nice of you to have you. So nice of you to come. So nice to have you. There we go. How's it going? It's going pretty decent. We're doing some Bob Ross landscape paintings with our digital tools as best we can, really. Which might not be the best. So now we need to fix this so our bushes sit a little bit more on there. So we're just gonna go put some more bush situations there. So it looks like we're going into that. And we'll take a little bit of a dark right there. Put that bush in there. Get some lighter greens. Get that bush in there too. Right. There we go. I like that LinkedIn, and oh boy, did it immediately depress me. Don't look at LinkedIn at night, people. Don't look at LinkedIn ever. Not even just at night. Made some lore additions to my world building stuff, and many details regarding the main crew of 4, including the ways then they die, both literally and in ways of personality changes due to certain events. Nice. I don't think we're going to get through our Bob Ross painting, so let's try and push this forward a little bit.
Place I'd want to take off my shoes and let my feet run naked through there. There. Okay. Yeah, tell you what, let me wash my little oval brush, little round brush.
Little round brush. He wants the round brush. He gets the round brush.
It's not as much fun to beat as a big one. I don't get anybody else camera that's dodging and carrying on like this. Now then, I'm gonna go into a little bit of the cad yellow and then right into some bright red. Let's have a firecracker up here. Maybe even yellow ochre too on something about like that.
Yellow bright red, he
I want
says.
this little tree here, I want it to really stand out. So that's mainly, well actually it's mainly yellow ochre and bright red. Loads a little more color.
Okay. So now we're going for the tree here.
This will be a little firecracker here. Something about like that. Just want a nice little red bush in this painting.
Actually, I'm on the wrong layer. Excuse me. Let me undo this.
Take our little liner brush.
And let's pause this real quick. I mean, that's the lovely thing about Bob Ross, right? I wish he explains it more. I really wish he would explain it more. But you do learn the basics. You absolutely learn the basics of painting with him. He doesn't really go deep into why you're doing what you're doing. He doesn't explain exactly why it's working what you're doing. And that I think is the frustrating thing about it. Because sometimes you just follow the steps and it just works, but you don't understand why. And that I don't like so much. I will write a letter to him. I understand he doesn't live anymore, which is a big shame for all of us, but yeah, that's my main gripe with Bob Ross stuff. It's just not so clear. What? Why am I in front of this? I shouldn't be. I don't think I am in front of this. So yeah, I really, really wish he would have explained these things a little bit better as to why the contrasts do cool things, as to why he's choosing to do these things. He does explain it sometimes, but not enough to my mind, I think. Let's pull this shape out a little bit more. And of course, the layering is super important with what he's doing. And he shows it. He just doesn't explain it. He shows the layering. Which is good, because we do like us some show don't tell, but at the end of the day, it's not so helpful for us. Sometimes I feel like. So another thing that we can't really replicate, one person insists I should write this stuff down. I mean, absolutely, always write your stuff
A
down.
little bit of light color. And we put the indication of a few little sticks and twigs that live in this little tree. Maybe there's even...
Alright, so another thing that he doesn't really explain is he gets these highlights up there, right? So we're gonna have to put these highlights in ourselves. We're just gonna have to do our own Bob Ross thought process here. And that was too much. And I keep squishing this around. I'm just trying to tap, but it's not that easy. So here we can really define the shapes that we got on these things. Some highlights here and there. Just really get that going. Also, I really don't like doing trees. Trees always look weird when I do them. I don't know. I actually really quite like trees in real life, but drawing trees No siree. No thank ye. Like, I think I'm overdoing it again. That's a bit of a issue I have with these things. So let's add a little bit of a dark. Let's go even darker. Add a little bit more dark things here. On the opposite end. Really fill these out. Try not to smear. We're not trying to paint, we're trying to tap. Okay, and he just goes ahead and draws in a bunch of little tree trunks there. So we're gonna go try and emulate this with our own liner. And he just takes a very light, not quite white, but light. And he just goes and says, you know, you do this, and that's fine. That's not exactly what he does. He pulls it up like that, and then pulls out one like this, and then there's another one right there, pulling out like this, pulling out like that, and you know, he has some here, and that's not something he explains right now, but you don't necessarily need to draw them all out, right? There can be gaps because that's foliage hiding it, basically. So here I don't even think we see all those, but it's just to give you an idea that there are things, right? So you can even have these random disembodied type twigs and stuff, which actually does look better sometimes than going for the full experience, right? So let's have a quick zoom out there. Those look terrible. Those look like I used the paint spray brush from Paint. God, I hate trees. You have no idea how much I hate drawing trees and foliage. Ah, damn. Like here they don't even look so bad, but if you zoom out, they just kind of look absolutely horrid. Absolutely horrendous. All right, Bob, let's keep going.
In here somewhere, I don't know, wherever you want to. Wherever. Now, let me find a, we'll use a fan brush.
Fan brush. I don't have that, I think. Oh, actually, I do have fan.
I want, let's go right up here. I want right there, a nice evergreen tree.
Oh yeah, evergreen trees.
There, just work back and forth and back.
Oh dear.
Right down. Like so. I'm still using the same color that I used to make the background for those little trees back here. There. It's mostly a lavender type color. Just because it was handy. You could make something in the dark greens. It would work just as well. It's up to you.
All right, let's try this.
Up to you. I just want a nice dark color here.
Okay, let's try this. Let's try do some needs less contrast. Darker lights and lighter darks. No, then it would look like mud. Then it just starts looking like mud. This is even worse. Okay, let's try this. Again, it's not going to be perfect. We just want to finish this up tonight. And whatever the result is, what it's going to be. It's an experiment. We're trying things. So let's get a very, very dark green for this. We're going to go take that. And my what is it called? My sleeve gets caught, keeps getting caught at the edge of my tablet. It's very annoying. No, we demand perfection. This is what I'm gonna go post underneath every single of your Crusader Kings videos from here on out, if you're not careful there. If you're not careful there, buddy boy. Alright, let's try this. So he does this, where he just pulls up. I think we need to go darker. So he pulls it up like that. That's not too bad so far. And earlier I somehow got it back to go back to the tool I was using. Somehow. I don't know how I did it. And I can't replicate it. So congratulations to me. Where is it? Where did it go? I was on the fan brush just now. There. Okay. And now we just have to tilt this back somehow. I don't even know how to hold this pen to get this. Okay. And now he just... Ow! Stop doing weird things with the tilt. And now he just... Oh, there's my problem. There we go. Ow! Stop tilting. I'm gonna tilt if you keep tilting. And he just... Oh, goddamn. This is driving me mad. I think I'm just gonna go turn it... Oh, no. Turn the canvas, not... Oh, God. Oh, dear. Oh, no. Oh, God. Okay. Let's just turn the canvas here. If I can't turn the brush, I will just turn the canvas. Oh, I hate trees so much. Trees are the worst. Like... God damn, I hate trees. I cannot put into words how much I hate trees. Drawing trees, that is. I love trees, but drawing them... Ugh. Absolutely dog work. And he's already making it very easy. Like, this way of drawing trees is super simple. I just really hate it. Because I'm bad at it. That's the point. I'm very bad at drawing trees, so I obviously hate it. See, and now I just drew all over that, and it makes it look even worse. Because we have to tap like 1,000,000 times to get this going here. Ugh. Oh, it's such a big tree, true. Hugging is fine, but drawing not. I love looking at them. Hugging, not so much. Do you put up a yearly live holiday tree? What's that live holiday tree? Oh, no. No. I have started a year ago or so to try and keep one in a room planter alive. Oh, what the hell would I... So I have one alive, one tree. It's a very small boy. And he still lives with me right now. So that's what I have. But I don't like I don't buy a tree. I don't put it up and then I don't throw it out. Like, I find that horrendous. Very bad practice. I don't like it. Poor trees. Like, what did they ever do to us? Did they? Nothing is what they did. Speaking of nothing is what they did. Oh, I hate trees. Ah! Okay, Bob. What else you got?
Just having a little friend. You know me. Thank think everybody should have a friend.
Our tree doesn't get a
At
friend.
least one.
I hate him, so he doesn't get a friend.
At least one. And preferably 2 or 3.
And he just went down here and just threw more grass stuff there, just randomly, just did that. He didn't say anything about it, he just did it. Which, you know, I appreciate. We're just gonna go do the same. We're just gonna go pull this out here. Because that is what the fan brush was born for. Like, pulling those grassy areas, like, that's... Ugh. That's what I live for on the fan brush. And I'm very happy that it is working digitally too. Like, this is the good stuff. Yeah, give me that foliage. Give me that. That's the good stuff. I like me that. That's very good. I have to pull that up over this layer. Like so. So I don't know. There's... Get some highlights in here as well. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but who cares? I don't care enough. Get some mid tones. Let's try not to get rid of all the blacks, but that's the good stuff. I love the I love the smell of a living pine. Oh, that's even better. Yeah, I think so. Sadly, my first one died, so I hope the second boy is living now. I'm trying to keep them alive.
Right in here. Using the little round brush.
Okay, he's just... Okay, he's not... Up!
Maybe. Right.
Bob, are we not giving our tree some highlights? Because that's the issue, right? He doesn't need to do that. With mixing color right on the brush, he doesn't actually need to do any highlighting. And I don't know what's happening here because that's not highlighting anything. What's going on? Hello? It's happening there, but not there. What's... Huh? What is this black spot? What the hell is going on there? What is that? Why do we just have this black spot that I can't paint over? The hell? Okay. Guess we're going on a new layer then. Okay, that's way too bright. Whoops. Ah, come on. Come on. There we go. Going real dark. Ah, remove the layer again. Because that's part of the undo there. Let's try this. Trees are the worst. And a very few highlights right on the edge here. And here we're gonna go with what Fusion Warrior said. Not too much in terms of contrast. Just a little bit of stuff right there. And a little bit more right on the edges. Just a bunch. And maybe here and there. There's a little spot in the back. Oh, I hate trees so much. And not fun. Like, this one actually turned out pretty decent. That's not a problem, but overall, not happy with that. Okay, let's try and get this situation here sorted a little bit. Damn it. Gotta turn the canvas again. Just gonna go pull that out a little bit here. Get that going like that. There's two very distinct styles between these two areas of grass or foliage or whatever. So that's gonna look a little bit stark, but that's okay. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's also not great. Let's keep going, shall we? Let's see what else Bob got in mind here.
Don't like it.
He pulls up a few darker bushes now, and he's not using the fan anymore. He's using a very dry round, which we're just gonna go try ourselves as well. So we're gonna get us a round hard here, and we're gonna go in dark, and we're just gonna go ahead and get this big. And that is not big. Why is this so small? And that is not dark either, or at least it's not dark enough. We want some dark bushes in front of here. Really get that contrast going. Honestly, the grassy area with the fan brush looks so good. That is a really cool trick, honestly. Like, compared to everything else, this looks good. This doesn't. This doesn't. It is a mix of emotions on this canvas. We have a lot of good things and a lot of not so good things. There's a very knobbly little bush line here. Let's use Hairy Thick. No, we don't use Hairy Thick. That does a weird little texture thing with it, which I don't like. Let's get... I think we were around rough, dry... rough, oily, hairy, nah. Shred. What does shred do? Oh, shred does things I want. For this foliage situation. It does a weird texture thing though. I don't like that so much. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not really what I want. Dabber. Metallics. Nah. I think round soft is just kind of the right way to go. Or just, you know, hairy. I want them hairs here to give us that feeling of foliage. Foliage. Okay, balls. Let's keep going here.
And let me wash this little brush. As I say, that one's not near as much fun. Nobody back here is dodging or anything. I like it when everybody sort of runs and hides. And anyway, it's a lot more fun.
Good old sadist Bob.
Now, maybe right in here, we have some little bushes that live in here. I'm just going to use the various yellows A little bright red now and then. And with that, we'll pop in. Oh, there's a nice little orangey. See, little surprises just sort of happen. It's just sort of happen.
Okay. Little oranges,
Layers,
little
one at a time.
yellows.
Don't get greedy. One at a time.
Don't get greedy, one at a time.
All kinds of little doers. There we are. Tell you what we need. Let's take some of that nice brown color that we had and come right in here. And I'm just putting some brown in there, so maybe maybe we can see some dirt here and there. Some rocks and stones and some nice soil areas. Whatever. We'll take a little of that same brown and some titanium white, mix it together. Don't overmix. I'm gonna put a little touch here and there of the bright red, little yellow ochre in it. Now very lightly, just like you do in the mountain. Just sort of let that float along, barely touching.
Oh god, he's going for... Oh no, I know what he's doing. Oh god, what did I pick tonight?
There.
He's going for water.
Isn't that gorgeous? It really stands out against that dark.
I've never really tried water. I'm scared of that
And
as a
come back
concept in
make
painting.
it look like a lot of little stones and rocks and things that are happening in there. Just all over the place. Back to our little round brush. A few little bushes and sticks and weeds. And
Like, that's the kind of stuff that really breaks my brain still. No idea how it does that. No idea how it does it. But I can tell you, this all looks pretty horrible. But it's okay. It looks just so inept is the word. It just looks so inept. I really have no idea what I'm doing. That's the thing. Okay, so he's trying to do some water edge thing here. And I think, since he said it's similar to what the mountains are. English. Try work with me, please. Thank you. I'm gonna go try and do that as well. Why can't I find a filbert here all of a sudden? There was a filbert there. There is my filbert. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna go try that, which is probably not gonna go too well. So it's some very dark brown kind of first, like a very dark brown that he puts down there, and it's like goes like that. Up here. Down there. And then up there. Kind of like this, sort of. I don't know. I'm just putting down the base color for that sort of watery type area. So now we're just gonna go right over here. And yep, not like that. I'm gonna go make this much smaller. And we'll just carve in some reflective areas, kinda. You know, like I said, like with the mountains, basically. So have some stuff there. Comes like that. This is so much more work digitally than it is on an actual canvas. I need to be bigger here. There we go. Makes things much easier. Right away. So we don't need to be perfect about any of this, because there's still foliage coming in again. It's gonna obscure a bunch of this nonsense here. Plus, I think I'm gonna go ahead and feather some of that out. Or rather, blend it out a little bit. Actually, the blending, it's not... I want to mix it more. Not blend it so much. Like that just makes it blurry. I don't want blurry. I want to mix. There we go. I'm just gonna go have it less loaded, maybe. Less oily. No, that just... I mean, sort of, but also not. I don't know, I'm trying to get the brush strokes a little bit less visible here. These are my least favorite parts of his works because I don't know how to do them. Here, this is where I'm just literally falling along, and I have an idea of what's happening, but I don't quite know enough to really understand how things need to go, you know? I don't fully comprehend how water interacts with things, and that's really a big problem if you're trying to draw something and don't understand how the thing that you're trying to draw is working. Like, that's gonna be an issue. You're gonna have a bad time. So let's cut back some of those again. Some of those areas. And even that is probably not gonna go so well because, again, I don't quite know what we're trying to achieve here. So I'm just replicating what I'm seeing, and that's never good. I want to go with what's there, not what you see. Which is actually good advice, but takes a moment to click what exactly that even means. All right, let's get some foliage on this nonsense. And I'm just gonna go with the hairy brush, I think. And we're gonna go put down some very dark greens there. Just kind of get these living there. Even darker greens, really. I can't smudge this. I have to actually like put it down. Really put it down. Which is very hard to do digitally. This is much easier and much more fun on a canvas to do. I'm telling you, this tapping stuff, this is not fun to do if it's not a real canvas. And I'm losing color here because I'm using the wrong mode of the brush. That's why it's not happening. Ah, yes. So first we're gonna go put down some of the darks. And the problem with the brush smearing, it just looks like mud. And that's usually my problem with foliage overall. It just looks so muddy. And I hate that. Doing non-muddy foliage is a big ask. Okay, let's go with a little bit less dark, but still very dark. Add those bits there. Try not to smear them. Because otherwise... Ah, damn. I mean, actually, that doesn't look so bad because it looks intentional. Like, these are grasses that are coming up. Okay, and now we go with a ever so slightly lighter, but not very bright. And add even more highlights right there at this side. Right there. Right there. Trying to get some of those smudges hid. That didn't work out. There we go. So this doesn't look horrible, but also not great. Okay, Bob, take us away into the water because that's going to be even worse for me.
Like so. There. You know, I get a lot of letters, people asking about my easel. If they can find an easel like the one that I use. This is just made out of an old platform ladder. But so many people have asked, I think pretty soon we'll have I've designed a new easel, which is fantastic.
All right, Bob Ross selling us his stuff. Let's try and put down some of those brown things he got living down here. Okay, this is a big brown highlight action. Let's try and undo this. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Honestly, let's fill in the back color of this first. Before we try and do that. Because otherwise I'm gonna go insane. Oh, gee. Spooked me. Thank you so much for the follow and welcoming in. Mel say what? What? I'm not even Mel and I'm saying it. It's crazy. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. We're doing art streams every Thursday, not Bob Ross streams every Thursday. And I'm also very much a beginner in art, so, but I think that is evident with what we're doing here. But I appreciate the follow. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're having a good time so far with me losing my mind, my absolute marbles on trying to do this justice somehow. So let's get some darks in here. Because this is like the most foregroundy thing. So darks, and then we're gonna go throw some, I don't know, not so darks on top of that. Like, this makes no sense. It makes no sense. Let's get some highlights going. I think I need to get some green in here because otherwise... Oh, no, what the hell kind of green is that? I clicked so hard on that one. I wanted the real dark green and somehow we ended up on the most highlight green I can have, really. Let's have some green in here, otherwise it's gonna look so weird. It's like, where's all that greenery happening and going to? It's gone. Sharon. I don't know who Sharon is, but it's gone, Sharon. This is what always happens when I try to do foliage. It just ends up a muddy mess because I keep trying to fix things, but I don't know how. And then it looks like this. And then I get frustrated. And then it ends up looking even worse. But one day I will conquer the arch enemy that is foliage. One day I will manage, maybe, possibly. Damn, 2 of those are completely smeared because apparently I cannot do just a click. It's impossible for me. You say what you will, but putting these down is easier with a mouse than with the stylus. Like, why is this smeared? I went down straight. No smearing. There we go. That's better. That's a little bit better. Oh god, this makes no sense. Like, why is this like painted here and why is this all wibbly wobbled? Oh good god. Okay, Bobby, Let's take it away. Let's get the water. Let's make me really sad for the rest of
This one's
of
just
this.
a ladder. You can make one at home.
It's like a Frankenstein's monster of styles. What's happening here today?
Yeah, then. Let's take a little blue and crimson.
Ah, good God! And he pulled some of that watercolor over there, like this wet dirt type thing. He pulled some of that down. So let's get the filbert and try and do some of that here as well. I just rather pull it up. And that looks not great. But I know how to fix that. I know how to fix that. We just have to go over again. It's very simple. Just have to put some foliage on top of it again. That I understand. There we go. Immediately looks a little bit more pulled together. And a little less like, what the hell are you even doing? Okay, water time.
Lavender color, in other words, and just put a little color right here.
Lavender color, in other
Just a little
words.
There we go. A little bit of titanium white on the same brush. I want to make this look like a happy little stream right here. Pull straight down. Straight down.
Ha, Bob. I've never gotten these right. I've tried this before. I have not once gotten a watercolor right. Not once, I tell you what. So let me get some flat oily in here. Oh damn, that looks like the that's not a good color for this. Oh good lord. Lord almighty. Okay. So put a little bit of color in here. Let's blend the hell out of it. Because this actually we don't really, we just want this to exist. As Bob said. Just to have it here. You're not actually looking to have it. You know? We just want to know it exists. We want the comfort of understanding that we did this. And it does exist indeed. And I like that I can pull black from off canvas on this. This is very helpful at times. And very not helpful at other times. See, for once I think I did something that approaches what he did with this. So that's nice. Alright, now we get to the weird stuff again, because damn, I don't know if we can do that. So we're gonna go with a flat, dry, and we're gonna go try our very best. So we're gonna turn the canvas. Whoops, no. We're gonna go turn our canvas. And oh god, my brain can't deal with that. Okay, let me just do it like this maybe. Okay, now we want this long. And he is using like a titanium white, which is not exactly white, but it's kind of a blue white. And he's pulling some of this area where the water hits the side as well. So you pull in some of those colors with it. I think I have the wrong rotation for this. This is not a 90-degree angle. It's slightly... like he pulls it straight down like this. Okay, let's try this. Problem is we're not taking the color from the other layers because we're not on top of any of the layers. So we have to absolutely undo all that and try it again. We also have to absolutely... great. Great, I went too far. Let's redo a bunch of steps. Let's try and redo the one thing I was kind of happy with. Okay, that's fair enough. We need We need it darker, I think. And we need to put the layer above everything, because we want to pull in the colors from these. My pain and disappointment is immeasurable because I set the brush to the wrong setting. Of course I did. He has such good brush control though. I have nothing like that. So paint and blend, that's what we want. Make it a little bit smaller. Are we pulling anything? I don't think we're pulling anything. I think we need to go on mix and blend. Still the wrong setting. Still the wrong setting. Okay, let's try this again. We'll figure it out. It's not really pulling any of the colors. Why not? It has done so before. Why are you not doing it? Is it maybe because it's a dry brush and you think you're not allowed to do that when you're a dry brush? Let's try a different brush then. Let's go with flat, oily. But definitely gets more of the desired effect. And I think we're pulling in some color actually. So that's not so bad. We'll have to clean up the shoreline eventually, I think. Let's make it even smaller. Let's take a little bit of a brighter thing. And we'll just pull in some highlights like that. Like he has highlights in there. We don't really get that because it's very uniform in digital, obviously. Speaking of uniform, I need to be a little bit careful that I don't space these out too uniformly. We'll pull out some of these and we're gonna go a little bit darker as well. Get some contrast in there. I don't know. Let's see what Bob does.
Something about like so. And then go across.
And then go across. Yeah.
Instant water.
And we have instant water. Oh. Oh, goddamn. Okay. All right. Okay. So here we go for blend. We go for big. For real big. And we pray to all of our gods. If you have gods, now is your time to pray with me. For instant water. Will your gods grant us this small mercy? For instant water. Oh dear, that was too instant and too watery. Actually, that's not too shabby. The only thing we have to do is we have to find that layer. This one here. And do some of that. And then we have to go in and do a proper shoreline again. And we have to do that up there on the green as well. Which one is it? This one. To do the same here. Pull that over like that. And actually, do we have to clean this all that up? I don't really think so. We could put a few more plants there again. Over that. Let me try something. Let me try a thing. Filbert dry. No. I want me some Filbert regular. And we'll pick this color here. And is this needed? I mean, somewhat. Actually, no, I don't think that looks better. I think that looks worse. I think it was fine before. Let's undo all that again. Let's undo all that. All of it. All of it. There we go. But what we could have if we're being nice, could have like a real dark somewhere here and just paint on the right layer, like this layer, and just get like, nope, some dark edges in there. And we want this a little bit bigger, a bit more loaded, like that. So we just have more of a water edge in the end. I don't know, does that look fine?
Minute redeemed, artist palette, art attack. Draw Cheryl from the comic I Want to Be a Cute Anime Girl by Azul Crescent. It could be good practice for Fusion's request.
Okay, I definitely have to look that up. I don't know what that is. But thank you so much for, first of all, hanging out enough to get an art request. And hello and welcome in. Sonia, how are you doing tonight? So nice of you to join us. Hope you're having a good one so far. Let me get that art request in there. You haven't even done one in a while, Minna. If you even have one. If you even have done one before. But if it's practice for fusions, it's coming after, you know? This is coming after Fusion Warriors request. This is my second one ever. Yeah, I think. I see we're doing my favorite. Art, or going mad, or trying to do a Bob Ross thing. You may reverse order. Well now, if you say so, I shall reverse order. Add row after. Okay, this is a little bit difficult in what's it called? In Obsidian, but I managed. Okay, so Minna's comes before Fusion Warriors. Bob Ross art. It's very, very difficult to do on a non-canvas. I will tell you this. I will tell you that. Not even joking.
With all the colors just reflected right into it. Need a little green and a little yellow. And let's go up in here and just throw some highlights right on this.
Oh, now the highlights are coming. Now the highlights are coming, Bob.
Something about like, yeah.
Now we get highlights. All right, then. Okay, then.
Another one?
Thank you, Bob.
Right. Now, on the other side, let me find a big round brush. Shoot. We had a big tree over here on the other side. I'm going to add a little black to that color. I want it to get strong. A little black.
Horrible to do digitally. Yep.
A little bit of black color in it. And let's just let this big old tree just grow right out of the brush.
But I'm not too mad
Just
about it so
right
far.
out of the brush.
I've been madder about
There it
things.
comes. See? There it comes.
I'm mad about this, for example.
About like it.
Like, I'm mad about this. This is gonna suck so much to make that tree that he's doing right there. Okay, let's Let's try. Gonna go with a hairy brush. We're gonna go real big. And we're gonna go this. And we're gonna make it all oily, maybe. What is this? Dirty brush. Wait a moment. I can do a multicolor brush? How does that work? How can I do I turn it on, but what does that mean? Okay, we're gonna go all dark here. All dark green. So Bob wants us to grow this tree out of this edge here. And it goes all high. Big bonkin' tree. Big heck of a chunker. Let's go. Let's get the big bonkin' honker chunker tree. But where does it go, Bob?
And that helps push that whole mountain back into the distance. There. Bet you never knew a tree could push a mountain, but it can.
I love those little nuggets of
Tell
wisdom.
you what, we'll just let it come right on out here.
Okay, it goes here, Bob.
There we go.
It goes all the way here, Bob.
Come back, pick up a little brown.
Are we sure, Bob?
A nice little
Like this
bank.
just looks
Just
like
put in
the
some brown.
paintbrush
there.
tool.
Back to all of our little colors like we used on the other side.
I hate foliage.
Just pop in a little color there. Maybe it comes right down.
Oh no, knife action again. Oh dearie me, oh my. Okay. Alright, knife action. Knife action. To cut into that. We know not to do that. We get our filbert. We get some of that nonsense over there. And we'll try and do it justice. It's probably not going to work so well, but yeah, you know what? Doesn't have to. There we go. Let's get a bit of a darker in there. Let's get that to mix instead of just paint. Bro, the foreground trees he makes, nah. Also, I'm kind of only semi-conscious today, so I'm not sure what you said, but I'd like to clarify that I have like 60,000 channel points, so I couldn't mount like 10 more auto souls if I had any ideas that I felt were good enough. Auto souls. Mizohashi Parse. That sounds difficult. Please don't do that, whatever that is. That sounds like it might break me. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not actually into that. Well, not on that end of it. Anyway. Let's try and get this done somewhat, somehow. What? Oh, okay. Sorry, Mr. Tool. You're doing your hardest here. Feels like one of those moments where I should probably save. When the tool starts really bugging out, you know it's time to save. This looks like garbage on my end. This is really, really bad. Like this. Okay, let's try our knife thing again. Huh. Knife grainy. Nope. Definitely not it. Let's use the knife oily. Cut in some straight lines here. That's not so bad. That is not so bad. I mean, it kind of looks horrible, but you know what? We don't have any darks in here. That's the problem. Let's get some dark areas cut out there. Get some of that going. That'll help for sure. Especially here. The bottom there. Oh my god, why are you turning? Who told you to do that? I didn't. Just canvas goes all bonker balls. And now I do the exact opposite mistake and I just go too dark on everything. Because I can't never help myself. Start doing a thing, I'm like, oh yeah, that looks good. And then I just overdo it and completely undo the good it did in the beginning. That's my problem here. But we're finishing this tonight. I'm not done before I'm done. That's how it goes here. Looks great to me. Thank you so much. And he's also an amazing composer, and each stage boss theme is a banger. Okay, I think that was about something else that I can't see anymore. And I'm the only one who matters because I requested this. This is exactly how this goes. Whoever requests this is the only person who gets to have an opinion on this. And me, of course. But I'm a negative Nelly when it comes to my own stuff. Which I recognize. Doesn't mean I'm gonna do anything about it. It just means I recognize it. Okay, let's get some colors in here. Because he has some colors in there as well. And that usually helps make things look kind of cooler, right? Well, not cooler, but better. More interestingly. This is such a garbage mix of things and techniques. I cannot even, as the kids would say. Is it okay if I repost the scrolled off message? Absolutely, go ahead. No worries. Thank you for asking. Really, I appreciate that so much. There's so many thoughtful and mindful people around here. I always feel a little bit bad because I'm not. I'm trying to be, but you guys and gals and anything in between, you're so much better at these things than me when it comes to being mindful and nice and kind about things. I wish I were. Why is this not green? I requested green. Specifically, I requested it. Let's get some foliage going here. Oh, the navigation is hot garbage. Sadly, I love Rebel, but the navigator with the stylus is really, really not bad. It's really not good. It's really, really not good. Okay, let's get some slightly. Why is this locked all of a sudden? Who locked you? Who said you were allowed to be locked? I didn't authorize this. So now I actually need to look at that message before it scrolls away again. Mina is wonderful. Absolutely agree on that. Can I comment the word Venice? Yes, and I will do my very best not to pronounce it like you want me to pronounce it. So this is Venice, which is the sister city of Venice. So basically, there's a guy named Zun who single-handedly revitalized the shmup genre by making a series of, it's like 16 by now or more, games in which you're a girl and you end up fighting 6 girl bosses in sequence. The character fusion named is the second boss in game 11 and also has been my Discord profile picture for pretty much all these years. What the heck is a shmup? Is it a smash 'em up? Is that what a shmup is? I feel like I should know these things. After all, I'm a capital G gamer. Sometimes. More messing with contrasts to make things muddy. Alright, Bob. What else are we doing?
Back to our little round brush with all the little colors on it, the greens and the yellows. Put in some happy little bushes right down here.
Okay, we already got the happy little bushes. We're way ahead of you, Bob.
They're there. They live right there.
Ours suck a little bit, but you know.
Right there. The old
Space
tulip
Invaders,
brush.
but better.
Put in some little grassy areas.
A shmup is a game in which you fly a spaceship or something that hangs around the bottom of the screen, shooting upwards, and enemies come in from the top and sides and shoot you for bonus points. And about the bullet. Yeah. I know those games. I'm not good at them, so I don't like them, obviously. That's how this goes for me.
There.
It's so
Just run
easy
right
to
down
do
to
on a
it.
canvas.
Run off the canvas.
And it looks so bad
Yeah,
right here.
easy.
Trying to
I'm
do
going with
this.
that brush. I'm going to take some of that brown color and mix it with yellow ochre.
I want to see what it does to the big tree. Like, I don't think the big tree is done yet.
Got ahead of myself. I want to put a trunk in that old tree.
There we go.
Let's go right
Trunk.
here.
I knew it.
Take a little of that brown. Run on the fan.
I knew there was something happening with the tree.
Take my knife, a little brown and white. Come back. Let me just add a little touch of highlight here and there. 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 Just a little highlight here and there. There.
We're not going to get that right.
That easy. We have the indication of a nice little trunk. Now we'll use that brown color we made mixed with yellow ochre. I'm going to put a little touch of liquid white just to thin it.
But I'm pretty okay with doing tree trunks. So let me just try and do the tree trunk. The way I would do the tree trunk. Let's see. We're going to go with the Filbert. Because Filbert is my friend. For reasons unbeknownst to anyone. Maybe I should turn this off. Let's see. I want to... Wait, what? Am I switching or what? What? What's happening? What's happening? What does this do? Are these my two colors I can load up? Alright, let's try this. Let's try this. So we're gonna go with the dark brown. Like a really dark brown. Really dark brown. And on the other one we're gonna go with the lighter brown. Now I have two colors. And the main one is going to be this one. And now we're gonna go see what this does. Trunk time. Maybe make this bigger. Not quite sure if we're actually doing two colors. But I don't think I want that here anyway. Oh. Damn. Okay. Oop. Too long. I actually want the trunk to go all the way up. There we go. Now let's do what Bob did and give it a bunch of highlights there, shall we? The zoom. The zoom. I have better ways of doing that, but I'm not using them because I'm smart. Okay. See, there we go. I love tree trunks. Tree trunks are fun and easy to do. fun and easy to do. It's basically instant results on these bad boys. Now we go even brighter, even smaller. Get some of that action in here, right there. Nope, that was too much action for that tree. Come on, let's get some action back. Pull in even more highlights there. Get that tree shape. And now we're going even brighter because we are wild. We are free and wild tonight. Look at that. Damn. You'd never think you'd see such highlights on no tree, but there we are. That tree is super high. Okay. And now we kill the tree trunk. Pick this. Pick that. Pick this. Make it big. And we see that we see nothing. Why is nothing happening again? Because this is actually kind of hard to get down and right there, but leaves, foliage. Obviously less foliage down to the bottom here. So tree trunk gets to live a little bit clearer. Alright, maybe the bottom of the tree. Maybe the bottom of the tree is also behind something. So we go small, we go dark green, and we just bump in some here. Pull that in together, sort of. I don't know, that looks way weird. Let's undo all that. That's too light, that's too bright. Wait for the tool to catch up. Get a dark green here. There we go, pull that in. Whatever. Let's get some slightly less dark highlights going. There we go. All right, tree trunk. No problem.
Here. Drop in some nice little highlights.
Highlights
This tree.
on the big tree.
Living up in here.
Oh, damn.
There they come. There. Just all kinds of little doers. But isn't that opening cute? Had Jerry made all those little things just popping right out of nowhere. I enjoy doing those. I really enjoy doing those. They're a lot of fun. There we go. Okay. See, there they come. Just all kinds of little things on this tree. We covered up most of our trunk, but we know it's there, so that's all that matters. We know it's there. Dip the brush into a little bit of paint thinner. And right in here, yeah, I want to put some little bushes right around his little foots there to hold him in. And we'll about have a finished painting. We could take our little liner brush, put in a little stick and a twig here and there, and we'd be all done. Just a few of those. Something like that. I think we'll call that a finished painting. I really hope you've enjoyed this one. It'll give you a challenge. And from all of us here, happy painting, and God bless, my friend.
Damn, Bob. Bob is the most motivational speaker I ever heard in my life. I'll never be so motivated as I was by Bob in my entire existence on this little odd planet here. Damn. So, I'm also calling this done because I'm very done. So we have some things that are good, some things that aren't, some things that are horrible. We got a little bit of everything on this. I'm fairly happy with the clouds. The mountains are pretty decent. This particular area over here I like. Let's hear it.
Message from the noble. Do it for Bruce. Hear ye. Hear ye. Looks good.
Looks good. Thank you so much. I think the composition as a whole looks really good. I mean, I didn't come up with that. We just took whatever Bob was doing. But it's just such a mess in certain things. But I'm not gonna put myself or the work down too much. I'm even gonna go sign this thing. We're even gonna put the little emperor on there, which sounds a little bit weird, but trust me, that it's not meant weird. We want to put our little imp in here. But look at the power of this tool. Look at this. This looks so canvassy, so painted. I really, really love that. And this is my favorite area of the whole painting. This looks good. And the clouds are also pretty good. I don't mind the clouds. All right. There we go. Certified imp. Right there. Dude, hell no, this turned out so pretty. I think you'll enjoy the game I gifted you. You gifted me a game again? Did we not decide not to do that? Love it. Thank you so much, Jelly. Appreciate that. Again, like, I'm at the very beginning of my art journey, and it's lots of frustration in there still. Like, I hate doing trees still. I will need to figure out how to do trees in a way where I don't hate them. It's an indie dev. I get to decide who I support, how I support indie devs. Fair enough, Fusion. Fair enough. I'll have a look. I'll check it out. Yeah, so that's our Bob Ross landscape painting pretty much done. I have a tiny little bit of an idea what to do about the mountain to make it look a little bit further away, but honestly, I'm pretty okay with how this turned out. I'm happy with the clouds. Clouds are hard. I did good on the clouds. The clouds look good. The mountain looks good. That one little area down there by the tree looks good, and the bushes and the trees can burn in hell. That's where I see them. It's a little ditty called "Slay the Princess, Don't Spoil Your Face." I've heard of that game. I haven't played it yet, or looked at it any much more closely. And Jelly says epic choice for sure. I mean, you know, if Jelly agrees there, then I will be hard pressed to say anything but probably a good choice. Definitely, thank you so much, Fusion. I appreciate that. I'll check it out, and I'm glad that we can agree that there's no obligations resulting out of such. Alrighty, I post this to all the usual places, and we're gonna go look who we're gonna go raid. If anyone has a suggestion in mind that I agree with, I will also agree. That's good. Okay, we have a lot of people who agree already. And I need to be a little bit more open-minded. I didn't think I would enjoy Rogue Trader. Arguably not an indie game, but still, you get what I mean. Alright, everyone. We got Sarah's Comic, who's up playing Stardew Valley right now. The Prolo is doing art. That's another option where we could go. If you can faff for 15 minutes, I say coffee Kuma. Nah, it's pretty late. I have to kind of get up tomorrow. I can't do another 15. I'm sorry. Prolo is a friend of Mina and I. Yeah, I figure. And they're doing art too. And we have been there before, so I think we're gonna go there again. Jelly and everyone else, thank you all so much for being here, especially your my fellow streamers. I appreciate it because I know how hard it is sometimes to find the time to do this, even if you just have it up in a tab behind everything else. So I really appreciate you taking the time. But my beloved viewers that you hang out here a lot, Mina, Fusion, Rookie, Sonia, lots of names I'm probably forgetting right now that have been here tonight. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. I'm really happy. Like, I'm enjoying this. I'm having such a good time, even though I keep complaining. But remember, I'm core German. I am so German you wouldn't even understand how German I am. Complaining is part of my culture. I'm allowed. I have to do it, otherwise I die. It's like drinking water for plants. Silly little plants. Thanks for streaming. Thank you so much, and you're welcome. Looking forward to checking out yours as well. And we're gonna go raid the Prolo, I think. The Prolo. Let's go low to the Prolo. Thank you all so much. See you again on Strategy with the Stellaris. The Brusarians is still happening. So, see you there. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye. 2 streams. Yes, there's art. Art on Strategy. There's art and Strategy. Damn, thank you for reminding me. I almost forgot. That's true. 2 streams. So, Saturday earlier, we do art where I try to do eyes. Only eyes. And then Stellaris in the evening. So that's that. See you then. Let's go.